wow. Just wow.
Toys, you know.
Oh, hello friends, and welcome to the Christmas special of the NExUS, or the NExMAS as we'll be calling it this week. You know, Andy, this really is the most wonderful time of the year, and that reminds me of a song.
What song?
Oh, Burning Down the House by Talking Heads. I always listen to it and I'm wrapping my presents.
Right. Here's what you'll be unwrapping on this week's show.
Coming up on the NExMAS, this week's top stories, from Xbox loot to a Lara reboot.
We sell our soul to Santa.
The arcade cabinet has covered wars, but this week it's Dead Rising 2 Case West.
And the spreading of festive cheer. But first up, here's this week's news.
Burning down the house. If you're in the UK and like being rewarded for essentially doing nothing, then you could either apply for a job at Inside Xbox or sign up to the brand new Xbox Live Rewards program. All you have to do is visit rewards.xbox.com, sign up, and then watch the Microsoft points roll in as you sign up for Gold membership, purchase items from the marketplace, and participate in promotions. You can get a full list of activities and their rewards by visiting rewards.xbox.com. 'Tis the season for the traffic police to step up their game as ill-advised people the world over decide they drive better after a few at the office Christmas party, but they're still a long way behind the ride-pimped cops of Seacrest County. In fact, the SCPD is about to get even better equipped, as EA has just announced the first DLC pack for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which includes 12 new events, brand new achievements and new cars, including cop and racer versions of the Bugatti Veyron SS, the Porsche 911 GT2 and the Gunpurse Apollo. There's no release date or price yet, but you can keep up to date on needforspeed.com or by committing a traffic offence in Seacrest County and seeing what they chase you down with. Lara Croft, everyone's favourite retriever of lost ancient artefacts who isn't Indiana Jones, is receiving a reboot next year. US magazine Game Informer got the scoop this month, with Crystal Dynamics trotting out the old unhelpful maxim, forget everything you know about Tomb Raider. Not only is that asking the impossible, but considering the game still features a character called Lara Croft, who no doubt has a penchant for grave robbing, it's not entirely warranted either. We're being facetious, of course. There are clear signs that we'll soon be playing a younger, inexperienced Lara who's set to receive some considerable knocks on her road to becoming the self-assured adventurer we've come to know and form a complex love-hate relationship with. According to Crystal Dynamics studio head Daryl Gallagher, it's an origin story that creates Lara Croft and takes her on a character-defining journey like no other. Whether this means she'll embark on a trip to IKEA during a bank holiday weekend, or Crystal Dynamics somehow concoct a situation even more perilous and terrifying than that, will no doubt become apparent as time continues its inexorable march to nowhere.
Okay everyone, it's Christmas. You're probably going to be entertaining a lot and you're probably looking for new recipes to serve to your friends and family. What better place to look for inspiration than to video games? I'm joined by Mike Channel, reviews editor of Official Xbox magazine. It's going to be our taster for today. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Yeah, willing victim.
Indeed.
Please don't kill me.
I will try not to. The first thing we're going to eat today is the Sinner's Sandwich from Deadly Premonition. You aware of this this sandwich?
Yes, well, as a practiced sinner, I am aware of it, yes.
Yes, it's described as self-inflicted punishment to atone for past sins.
Yeah, my stocking was just full of coal.
Just all coal to the top. Okay, cool. Well, as you can see here, this is turkey, strawberry jam and cereal sandwich. Here's one I prepared earlier. First impressions?
I've put worse things in my mouth. It's actually all right. It's not bad.
Yeah?
I'm not sure about the texture, but the flavours are cool.
Santa Claus, Father Christmas, Père Noël, Kris Kringle, Redcoat Pierre, Jolly Beardo Man come present give. Whatever you call him, old Saint Nick will be coming your way soon to break into your house under the cover of darkness, watch you sleep for a while, and then leave tokens of his affection at your bedside. I wouldn't worry though, he's been doing it in video games for years, and that's always turned out great, right? Oh right, not great, the other one. Terrible. Like in the first episode of Sam & Max Season 2, Ice Station Santa, for example. Here Santa is a nervy, trigger-happy, paranoid maniac holed up in his North Pole workshop, firing a submachine gun at anyone unlucky enough to have to approach him.
The snow will turn red with the blood of the naughty.
It's alright though, he's just terrified of a demon from hell called the Shambling Corporate Presence, who's there to commercialise Christmas. Like a metaphor. Even less pleasant to be around is Clayfighter 63 1/3 Sumo Santa, a morbidly obese version of Sinterklaas who attacks with his enormous stomach, takes off his loincloth to whip his enemies in the face, and has a fatality where... well, just watch for yourself. Disclaimer, will ruin Christmas forever.
I don't think so, Fruitcake. No!
More in keeping with the traditional image, Santa Claus in the Mega Drive classic Toe Jam and Earl carried around a big sack of presents meant for good girls and boys. He also had a jetpack, but we'll let that pass. However, just like in real life, if you're able to sneak up on Santa stealthily enough, you can startle him and ransack all his presents before he's got a chance to react. Hey look everyone, it's Santa Claus! Hey Agent 47, why not go over and tell Santa what you want for Christmas? I bet it's some new cheese wire. Man, that guy loves his cheese. Oh, well, I'm sure Agent 47 will make a great new Santa, spreading festive joy and cheer throughout the... Oh, this is awful. What we need around here is a proper Santa, one who lives in a grotto, who has children sit on his knee and tell them what they want for Christmas, who... close enough. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to make, Mike, is one of the blender drinks from Dead Rising 2. Now, in Dead Rising 2, you can make a variety of these drinks which have different effects, and the one we're going to make is Nectar, where it restores your health, but it also attracts nearby queen bees to you, so that might be something to look out for on your way home.
So what's in it?
Get the onion rings in there first, and decent amount of orange juice. Okay. How's that?
Chewable. Would be the first thing that springs to mind. Oh, it's got a wicked kick to it.
Does your health feel restored?
No, it feels permanently reduced. Yeah, that's fairly horrible. Initially, all you get is the orange juice, and then the onion comes in, and now I don't think I'm ever going to be able to taste anything else.
Great. Marks out of 10 for the Nectar from Dead Rising 2?
That's a strong 2.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my Xbox gave to me
12 drummers drumming,
11 snipers sniping,
10 agents sleeping,
9 ladies dancing,
8 shepherds punching,
7 thugs are chinning,
6 spartans swaying,
5 gold rings, 4 falling birds,
3 henchmen,
2 hurtful gloves,
and a cowboy with a zombie. So I'm joined here by a special guest today for our arcade cabinet. It's Leo Tan from Capcom, and we're looking at that most Christmassy of games, Dead Rising 2 Case West. It's very festive and seasonal, isn't it?
It perfectly encapsulates the holiday season, yes.
So this is a direct follow-up to the conclusion of Dead Rising 2. Now, we don't want to ruin too much for people, but this kind of follows on from a very specific ending of the last game, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure. It picks up the story where you would have left off had you... Oh, how do I say without spoilerizing? Yeah, it picks up from where one of the endings left off.
Not the best ending, shall we say?
No, absolutely not, and provides an alternate solution to what has happened.
Okie dokie.
At the beginning of this game, this picks up with Frank meeting Chuck at Fortune City. He hasn't, at that stage of the game, Chuck hasn't proved his innocence to the outside world yet. So Frank doesn't actually know if, all he's seen are the reports that actually Chuck is the bad guy. Chuck tries to persuade him otherwise. Frank knows about this facility nearby, Fenotrans, so they decide to head there to uncover the truth so that Chuck can prove himself innocent and Frank can kill more zombies. You kind of see a mini Fenotrans facility underground in Dead Rising 2 towards the end. So it's not too dissimilar to that. You'll meet some of the workers, you'll meet zombie handlers, guys that are armoured to deal, so their job is to just push zombies around and move them into different positions. You'll find armoured guards, security, scientists, that kind of a thing. And it's much more, I'd say that this is much more action orientated. If you think that Case Zero was more about searching, exploring, and I wouldn't really say puzzle solving, but the rebuilding the bike was a kind of a different dynamic to the actual game itself. And then this again is another different dynamic, because this is pretty much just about killing zombies and bad Fenotrans dudes.
Obviously, we've got Frank West back in the game. His kind of unique gameplay feature in the first game was photography, which now makes a comeback, right?
Yeah, sure. Chuck can also take pictures. It's not in the same way as it was in Dead Rising 1. So in Dead Rising 1, it was about getting certain things in frame, taking a picture of that, getting the PP bonus depending on what was in there, so couples kissing, upskirt shots, zombies eating people. In this, it's...
Good wholesome gutter trash material.
Yeah, for sure. Highbrow gaming. And in this, it's... You still can't earn PP when you take photographs if you take a photograph of a specific thing, but you... when you're out in the field and you're just kind of taking pictures willy-nilly, that doesn't contribute to your leveling up process.
Cool, so this is due for release over Christmas. As we said, this is the perfect way to celebrate the Christmas season, isn't it?
Yeah, decapitating loads and loads of zombies and hurting people.
Cool, and how much is it going to set you back?
800 points.
800 points just for all that Dead Rising goodness. What a bargain.
The final thing we're going to be making you eat today, Mike, is the cake from Portal, the famous cake that may or may not be a lie. This should hopefully be a lot tastier than the
Quite looking forward to this one.
Thing. Yeah, well, exactly. The recipe for this comes from the end of the game. One of GLaDOS's personality cores actually recites the recipe to you as you put him in the fire. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a package of chocolate cake mix, 1 2/3 cup granulated sugar. You can start. Prepared coconut pecan frosting, a cup of vegetable oil, cup of butter, margarine, 1 cup semi-sweet chocolate chips, fiberglass surface cordless electric needle injector. Fish-shaped solid waste, 12 medium geosynthetic membranes, unsaturated polyester. You should probably stop eating.
Okay. Let me just have a sit down.
Yeah. Actually, it does look. I might have some. It looks delicious and moist.
And not unless you like burning sensations.
It tastes like burning.
Everywhere.
Well, that's about it for the NExMAS, but there's just enough time for me and Dan to exchange our Christmas lists.
Yeah, thank you. What's on Andy's Christmas list? Okay, well, he wants a Kinect. That's a good choice. Remote-controlled Warthog, a bit nerdy. And some Microsoft points. All seems pretty reasonable enough.
Cool, you'll go.
Yep, there you go.
Right, Dan would like a crossbow that fires stakes, some holy water, and a chocolate orange.
Yeah, if I could get that before Christmas, it'd be really, really useful.
We've been through this. There's no such thing as Dracula claws.
Oh, yeah? Well, how do you explain this? It hasn't printed yet. Right, well, how do you explain this?
You're not very good at Photoshop.
He's coming to get me, man!
Look, I'm not getting you any of that stuff. What's the chocolate orange for?
Well, I like chocolate oranges.
Fine, I'll get you that.
Well, I'm not getting you any Microsoft points.
That's fine. Merry Christmas, everyone.